as you start taking actions, your results will start changing as well. Okay, so please, on a daily basis, whatever we discuss, make some notes about it, do a planning around it, daily take actions, and accordingly you will start getting results. And current times, yes, market is having a lot of fluctuations up and down and layoffs and recession. Plus, at the same time, there are job openings with companies. But one side, there is so much of crowd in the market. Some people are good, some people are not good, and companies also want it. So your personal mission should be, how do you reach out to the right position in the right companies, and yeah, get started with your job career. Okay. So it will be useful. Yeah, Ramesh, please go ahead.
Great. So guys, just while we proceed with this particular session, the notes will be made by me in this particular Excel sheet. At the same time, I want you to note down all these things with you. Make this 100%, like make this particular session to maximum utilize it. Make notes so that you can apply whatever has been shared. So that is how it's going to be. Okay. So ultimate key to get a job for freshers. So guys, we'll start with basic challenges first of all. So what happens, guys, whenever we conduct some webinars at college levels, in fact, whenever some people who are looking for a job as a fresher, whenever they approach us, there are few things which are majorly wrong with them. Yes, first of all, for those people who have been looking for jobs for a long time, when we speak to them, we realize that they do not have proper orientation. They do not actually know what they have to do in their career. So they start doing a few things, then they realize that what they are doing is wrong. This is specifically applicable for people who are still in the in their last years but haven't yet started. But they do something, then they end up in doing to and fro, and they lose special time. So you have to first of all know challenges, know your plan your goals. Because first of all, you should know what you have to do. Do not. So what exactly is happening, guys? People have been listening to their cousins, people have been listening to their parents, and they have been randomly taking some calls. For an example, there are many mechanical graduate students who have been approaching us saying that now, after completion of their complete mechanical engineering, now they want to get into IT. Those type of people. There are a few people who are into civil engineering. Now they are saying that they want to get into IT. So those who are still in the college and those who are watching us, they have to ensure that whatever they do, it is according to their liking and according to their aspirations. Do not directly go. It is very important thing, guys, by what others do or what others ask you to do. Know what you are good at. Know what you are good at, and accordingly plan ahead. As for an example, even if a fresher has completed his IT certification, his IT course, there are a few people who are more aligned to development. There are a few people who are not that much logical. They prefer to go for roles such as technical support, maybe something into production support, database administration, PL SQL. Those type of roles are also there. So you see what you are. If you are like too much great, if you have too much good skills, too much logical reasoning, if you are, of course, you have to go for development. You have to build your profile in that manner, wherein you get a chance to go for a developer role. So accordingly, just plan what you have to go ahead with. Okay. Plan your aspirations as per your liking. Okay. Plan your goals well. Define what you have to do, or else then you will repent after completion of 2 to 3 months. You will say that no, you want to do this, you want to do this. And by doing this, your career will turn all hodgepodge. Let that not happen. Okay. That's point number 2. Prepare yourself well. Prepare yourself
so guys,
well.
so with regards to this first one, it will be key. plan which stream you want to continue into. Okay, so if you want to become a front-end developer, choose that track. If you want to become a back-end, choose that track. If you want to get into support role or database related activities, so first identify the stream which is really good for you, which you like working and exploring into. So identify that accordingly. Then comes the second step, preparation. So don't scatter and don't keep all, like if anybody is interested in a tester role, or if anybody is interested in a DevOps activity, every of the area needs its own set of training preparation. So first you fix what do you want to really become right from the beginning, and accordingly comes the second point. Okay, you have to start learning, preparing yourself there. Okay, so pick one area. So don't try to do everything, it's not required actually. You pick one side and start working towards that. Okay, that's very important. Whether it's front end, back end, whether it could be developer or a QA or a DevOps, any of those things, or database related or production support engineer, anything. Pick one and then move on to the next, which is deep down preparation in that. Okay, yeah. Okay, chalo, let's go on.
Great. So guys, hope you are making notes of it. Don't take the screen for granted. It's just for, if in case you miss any writing down anything, you can just refer it. But yes, make your own notes. That will help you to start performing better. Because then, again, important thing, the people will, what they miss is, they do not prepare themselves. Not prepare themselves, but two ways of looking at it. Because whenever you prepare yourself, first of all, when you decide what you want to do, then you start preparing yourself. You're not only preparing your personality for that, you are preparing your resume for that. For an example, if you decide to work on a particular skill set, what are you doing? Are you doing some internships related to it? Are you doing some projects related to it? What initiatives are you taking in the organization? Are you in your college? Are you attending some hackathons? Are you doing something together, some club project together? All these things, when you do these things in your last year of the college, or even if you have completed your graduation a year back, now you're looking for a job, in this particular phase, instead of just looking for jobs, in parallel, you have to do all these things, because it will develop your personality. And at the same time, all these things will reflect in your resume. And that is the most important thing. As when we see resumes, we realize that people are not doing internships. What does it mean? Does it mean that people are not doing internship? It means that they do not know, they do not have exposure to the corporate world. If they do internship, it means that they have already have that exposure to the corporate world. And it means that if a person is company selects these people who have exposure to the corporate world, these people are easy to train. They pick up quickly. They have your personality tuned in a particular manner when it comes to technical wise or not, also non-technical wise. Okay. So prepare yourself well, your personality as well as your resume. Okay. Tausif, would you like to add anything out here?
Yes. Okay. Preparation is like Ramesh mentioned, right? So how company thinks we want to hire the right person for the right position. Okay. So that means if you are already knowing a lot of things and if you are really good, it becomes easy for company to pick you. So if you are not knowing, it is really very hard कि भाई अभी now taking, absorbing, training, which is a lot of time efforts also. So basic expectation is कि if you can be as strong prepared as possible, the company will consume you easily. Okay. So a few suggestions here which Ramesh has mentioned, your personality. Okay, so देखो guys, if you are nervous, if you are doubting, if you are not having confidence on your own technical capability, that completely reflects in the initial HR discussions as well as interview discussions, and you will definitely be rejected as part of that. So you have to work on building up that confidence. Yes, I can work, I can get the job, I can do things in the project. I have done things in the past of my coding assignment. So personality, really important. Okay. Second one is, yes, your resume, you have to work on that resume. Okay, it's really required. Good. You need to have a resume which IT industry wants. This is important. Okay. You need to build a resume which IT industry wants. I think Ramesh will take a separate topic of resume related. So at that time, we'll get in more touch points of that. But just know it. Just saying I am like this, consume me in the market, people are not going to respond to that. You have to understand what IT industry actually wants, and then accordingly you have to build your resume and then apply to the positions that will work out. Okay, now that is one key point. Now second point is ki you have to try all possible ways. Now let's say as a fresher, or like you might be from any other stream as well, trying to get into the IT area. Okay, and now you are continuously applying, let's say, for getting jobs, but market is not consuming you. So in such case, if the market does not consume you, wait for like 2-3 months and immediately try these other options. The other options like getting an internship somewhere, okay, or working for some open source project on GitHub. Okay, nothing but try to spend time in doing parallel project development somehow. And then if you can position yourself, I have done this internship plus these parallel projects, and now I am applying. The fresher plus this knowledge, such people will be considered bigger than only a fresher who has maybe basic academic project itself with them. Okay, so you have to consider this. So your preparation should also be from industry readiness perspective, and if you can get exposure to real time, try to even work on that areas. So don't lose time. So 2-3 months try as a fresher. If nothing is happening in the market, you're not getting the job immediately, switch to this parallel project development via internship or any other way. Okay, and 3 months, 6 months karlo, you will get nice exposure, and then you can plan your next actions. Okay, yeah. So I think Ramesh has already mentioned your personality, your resume. Okay, once you know what you have to do in your career, work towards building it. Yes, that's training yourself properly. Next, picking up internships, doing up projects, and yes, there are some other plans like they go training wise. There are hackathon initiatives where you can showcase your coding skills. So these could be nice opportunities for you to get started. Okay.
So as now you have done two things. Okay, you know what you have to do in your career, and second thing is you have started working and building towards it. So now how do you build towards it is the major question. Now you know how to build your personality, you know that you have to get internships, you know that you have to work on projects, you know that you have to work on hackathons and internships. How do you get to all these things? We'll talk a bit about that because people are lost. People do not know how to approach their first project. People do not know how to approach their first internship. People do not know what the personality and what exactly is expected. We will cover a bit about that. Okay, so we will start with, first of all, let's see, there are a few things. There are many colleges which allows you to do internships even when you are in the college. They call it a summer internship. There are a few colleges who allow you to do internships in the second year, in the third semester, fourth semester of the final year. So they do all these things. What you have to do is you have to be on top. You have to work with your training and placement officer if he has any opportunity, or else you can just follow what we are going to say now. Okay. So there are a few platforms where you can get internships. Even if you are in college, start doing this. And once you complete the college, once you are about to give the final examination, then companies will come to your colleges. Then all these things will happen. Then you will automatically start looking for full-time jobs. Meanwhile, if you are already working on internship, there is a high possibility that these internships will itself convert into a full-time employment. And that happens because once the person understands you are a good intern who are being productive and who is really doing a good job, he will look for an opportunity for you to get converted into a private role because he has already observed you. Okay, so internships, do not take them lightly, guys. Internships mean, what do you explore for internships? And there are a few platforms specifically for freshers. They work good. Few people do not have good experiences, but yes, there are many genuine requirements which are there. So what are these platforms? Internshala.com, Hirist.com, Naukrifirst.com. These are the things that can give you internships. You are still in the colleges, you are still in your initial phase. Then after that, as we spoke about picking up a project, Because Tausif, I would need your input here, Tausif. What do a person do from technical perspective if he wants to add anything in his resume stating that he has done this when he was working, or when he just completed his college, or when he was still in the college? How can he proceed with this, Tausif? Any basic
Mm-hmm.
understanding that would be very helpful.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. देखो guys, with regards to project, you can do everything independently. Okay, so you don't need to depend on anybody. थोड़ा सा whatever I am going to say right now, if you start implementing it, you will have a project which you have developed completely independently, zero dependencies on anyone, which is going to be a real-time project. Not like college time के library management, this management, which looks basic itself. कि यार academic project है, ठीक है? So if you have your project more like real time, the way the world works, it will add a lot of value during your interview times or wherever further. Okay. Now, how do you work? And it's very easy, just that people are not aware of right strategies. So that's where I think this session will help you out with that. Okay, what are you supposed to do? First of all, you have to pick a domain. Okay, like whichever you understand. Let's say e-commerce domain, so you already use Amazon on a daily basis, so that is e-commerce domain. Or a banking domain, so you're using your websites of banking, HDFC, SBI, Axis Bank, or any other bank, right? The banking domain. Next, food related domain, travel related domain. So basically, first step is you pick a domain which you already know what the use cases are. Okay, it could be travel, so flight booking, bus booking, like redbus.com, anything. So pick one domain first. It could be any domain. Okay. Now, second thing is identify some of the websites of this domain. So you know, like who does traveling related, who does banking related. And now what your next step is, from these websites, you have to write down around 10-15 use cases, nothing but 10-15 functionalities. So one by one, start noting down. Okay, what happens? Let's say you are using a e-commerce website like Amazon. Okay, so let's say if you are not logged in into the system, then what do you see on the home page? Next, when you create your account and then log in into the system, how is the login process? And once you are successfully logged in, then what kind of view changes for you? And then how does the add cart functionality works? How does the payment functionality works? Like this, whatever you see there, okay, you need to write down around 10 use cases. Okay, and now automatically, so you picked a domain, now you picked a website. Now from this website you are studying and you have identified some functionalities, 10 functionalities, 15 functionalities, more than enough. Okay, now your next question comes, ki, how do I really code these functionalities? Now technically you have to start coding these functionalities. And if you're in college, you don't even need a name of this. You can simply put it in your resume. I was like, my self project was about e-commerce domain. And then if you have done this activity, you know, 10-15 functionalities of that domain. Next, the next question was, how do I technically code it? Okay. And the point is, when you come in for interview, so like we have been interviewing from past 8+ years now. When you come in for interview, we want people who have genuinely worked on the project. Why? Because when you work on the project, your mind works really properly. Okay, what is the problem? What is the solution for that? And if you are stuck with some exception or error, then how do you solve that? So when you really work on the project, then only you can answer these kind of questions. Okay, what is the most challenging piece? How did you handle the database related? What were the problems while implementing the front end side or back end side? So if you really have worked, then only you can speak something. Otherwise, it just becomes very obvious that you did not do anything there. Okay? Now, that is where comes the next point. You have to think, how can you now code that functionality? And for that regards, guys, you have to do your trainings, right? You need to understand how real-time industry projects are made. What is the technology behind the screen? How to implement a real-time application, let's say using Java or Python or Node.js, or in front end, like using Angular or React. You need to know that. If you don't know that, first of all, as part of your preparation, you need to even learn that technology, right? So as part of your preparation, learn that technology. There will be a lot of YouTube channels available where people are training about that technology and how to apply in a real-time project also. So thoda sa maybe for 1 week, spend time in learning that. And then whatever these 10 use cases you have identified, you need to start building this right code for these things. And one by one, take one use case, start doing the coding for that. If you make mistakes, use Google, ChatGPT for solving the problem, paste it to them. I'm facing this kind of problem. What is the solution? If you Google it, you will find multiple blogs about it. Ek karke blogs, read it, then apply what changes they are suggesting, see whether it's working. Otherwise, go to ChatGPT, whatever suggested, try to make the changes. Now, what will happen is in this journey, you will make mistakes, but every time you are solving some mistake, you will actually become better. And then you will grow in your logical skills, your thinking skills, your analysis, your problem solving. And by the end of these 10 use cases, you will be very confident. Nice, I built a requirement, I built a project. And then when you actually put this project, I did a self project of e-commerce domain. And then you're actually talking during interviews, it really gives nice confidence. Yeah, I designed the database like this, my middle layer, because when you really work, you will be very honest about it, right? So if you have not worked and people ask you some cross questions, you will not be able to even answer. So it might take you 1 month maybe to build at least like 5-10 use cases. But I think it's worth an activity which you should do. So parallelly, whatever job hunting you're doing, plus parallelly start building this project and then include this project in your resume. It will give a very nice confidence for you. Okay, very important. Okay. By this way, yes, you can add any project. So it will be a real time because you are taking reference of a real time website for building it. Plus you choose your domain. There is no high priority or low priority domain. You can choose whatever you are aware of. Taki functionality is not a problem. Your main challenge should be how to implement those functionality using the technology which you are training yourself into. Okay, that's very important. Yeah, Ramesh.
Okay. Most of the people, they have this query, what projects can they add into their resumes? And the people who are having those queries, how do they do projects? If we tell them that you have to do some projects, the query is, how do we do individual projects? What are these individual projects? Who can give them those projects? So do not depend on anyone. As Tausif has just suggested, start doing independently. And now you have added these projects to your resume. You have added internships to your resume. And now it is the phase when you will actually start looking for a full-time job. Okay. Now till the last year in college, or you started already doing this internship. So what do you exactly do, guys? First of all, these particular websites will also help you to get a full-time job. These particular websites, they do not only help you for part-time, they also help you to get full-time jobs. And meanwhile, Mr. Tausif, he has said that your personality and knowledge automatically starts increasing when you actually work on these projects. That is what is required in an interview. Whereas now it's the time wherein you work for an interview, internship, it's there in your resume, you added some project, and now it's the time when you actually look for jobs. Internshala can help you in getting a full-time job as well. Hirist.com can again help you to get a full-time job. Naukri First can again help you to get a full-time job. It's First Naukri, if I'm not wrong. First Naukri.com. Just reverse it. It's Naukri First or First Naukri. Just find it out. These three things. Other than that, companies are conducting hackathons. Companies are conducting. They have come up with their own platforms wherein you can apply to get a job as a fresher. Gone are those days wherein people used to come to your colleges, or they used to only go to the tier 1 colleges or one specific level of colleges to get the candidates. Now companies, they have their own platforms, and through these platforms, they hire people. So you should be aware of this. If you are not aware of this, then you will be missing on to the competition. You will be missing on important things. So here are a few platforms that you have to start applying for. Okay, so company specific platforms, company specific platforms to get a job. As if we talk about TCS, they do something known as TCS Ninja Hiring. Specific hiring that they do every year. Specific hiring that they do every year. Google it out. You will get some links because they keep publishing it, the date, time, everything. They will publish it. You are supposed to go ahead and grasp it. Then Infosys. I will tell you these keywords. Infi EQ. Also go ahead and search this. Hack with Infi. Wipro Elite Hunt. Then Tech Mahindra. I think they have a program known as Elevate Program. Is that right? Just give me a sec. So there is something registration for Tech Mahindra Elevate Technical. Just do some. Yeah, here we go. So there are a few things. They take registration. It's Campus Tech Mahindra. If you type down Elevate Tech Mahindra, you will get this specific link. You can register here. They have built in this platform so that freshers can get a job. Okay. So do some Google search. You will get a exact website where you have to search for it. Okay. Cognizant is also doing something, but these are a few things. So do not just wait back and see how things are working. Put massive efforts, do internships, do this particular do internships, and at the same time go ahead, log into this particular portal and register yourself. Okay, important thing, guys. And at the what else, guys? What else can you do? Then, as you know, the people who have worked in your organization. As if you have any idea till now, whatever you have covered, you have anything, then probably you can go ahead to the utilize the referral, the people who have passed out from the same college. All these things we will just cover a bit. But meanwhile, till we have covered till now, do you have any inputs on this? Relevant inputs?
This sounds really good, guys. Okay, so all the websites mentioned, we have to try multiple options. Okay, and based upon whatever is shared so far, you should already understand job hunting is 2 steps. You have to do it on a daily basis. One is preparation and the second one is job hunting, right? So applying on, let's say, Internshala, First Naukri, this, that, or this multiple other ways of TCS and all. So on a daily basis, you should do both of the things. Okay. So prepare strongly, build your own projects, keep improving your resume, keep practicing interview questions, keep upgrading your technology. So daily 4 or 5 hours, do that. Remaining 4 or 5 hours, do the job hunting. So applying at all the places, dropping emails to them, following up with them. And these two should be a constant activity, which you do smartly. So if something is not working, be ready to change. But the point is, if daily you spend 4 or 5 hours in preparation, 4 or 5 hours in job hunting, then over a period of time, you will start getting opportunities. Because when you do something, then market also responds because you're applying, you're dropping emails. So somebody might respond back. They might say, oh, we have an opening. And then you say, hey, I was already doing a project. And these all things will start connecting and making more sense. Okay. And I think there are like using the platforms like LinkedIn very effectively to connect with industry working professionals. Okay, I think Ramesh will touch that point as well in the coming topic. But yes, so far whatever going, but 2 primary things: daily preparation, daily job hunting, and do it as long as it takes till the time you get the job. And be smart in that. If something is not working, change it. Okay, and maybe over a period of time, your preparation will be very strong. So then maybe full 8 hours daily, do the job hunting itself, applying, following up, Okay, and by that way eventually you will realize कि फिर right opportunity भी आ जाता है, interviews will start getting scheduled also. Yeah.
Right. So, guys, few more things. Two things, in fact. Tausif has also covered this thing. Identify those people who can refer you. At the same time, identify those companies who can potentially provide you the jobs. So now we covered about these platforms who can potentially hire you. These things, we are not going to stop here. We are not going to leave any stone unturned, guys. Okay. So what we will do next, guys, we will go ahead and make a list of all those companies who are potential job providers for you. How will you do that? Which field you are in? Identify the companies which has general requirements for your field. You can be into civil engineering. You can be into mechanical engineering. You can be into IT, you can be into embedded systems. Identify those companies who can provide you the jobs. Identify those companies who are potential job providers. Then after that, how will you do this? If you have any specific location which you cannot relocate other than to, ideally speaking, if you are a fresher, be ready to relocate. But if you are not, due to some genuine, very genuine reason, very genuine reason, then identify those companies which are ramping up in your specific location. Identify those companies which are really doing good in your specific location who are building a new base. How do you do it? Google it. Google the name of those companies setting up offices in your preferred location. Google it. Google the name of companies which are doing acquisitions, growing fast. As these are those companies who generally comes up with requirements because they are acquiring new projects. Who will work for them? People will work for them. From where will they get those people? You are that person. These people, Google search, go into their websites. If any company is moving to your domain, like for an example, Deloitte and Amazon, they had a huge ramp up few years back in Hyderabad. So what they did was they did bulk hiring. Amazon, they were hiring maximum hiring from all the sources they were hiring. And at the same time, those people who have registered in their career pages, they were hiring those people as well. I have seen companies when they were doing a major bulk, big ramp up, I have seen companies hiring a person who was not even having an experience into background, HR background, but if they found that this person is capable of doing a specific stuff, they went ahead and hired him for that particular role, which was somewhat relevant to human resource profile. Okay, so go ahead, register. Amazon did that. And what Deloitte did, they were setting up something in Hyderabad. They kept on conducting weekend drives, one after another. They selected many people. So these are those golden opportunities which you fail to tap. You have to tap it. So what else? Search these names. Keeps be on the top if there are any ramp ups happening, anything happening out here and there. Make maximum out of it. And there is something else. Well, do you know how companies make their IDs? Generally, companies has their IDs which are specifically monitored by some HR professionals. So if you do not get some, first of all, register in their profile, register in their career page. Even if they do not get a call or something like that, then go ahead and see, this is the format. IDs that companies generally use. Just give me a sec. I am just trying to be doubly sure about that specific thing.
So when you say IDs, is it like email IDs?
Email IDs, Tausif. Email IDs.
Okay. So guys, generally it's a good practice, right? So if you know the email ID of the HR, you can keep dropping emails to them randomly. Okay, so by that way, like, see my resume, I would like to apply for your position. So those kind of things. Okay.
Just give me a sec. I think I have noted it down earlier somewhere. Okay. Mhm. So guys, see. Mhm. So how do companies make their IDs? Guys, generally careers at then companyname.com. As noted down, it's a goal coming in your way. Most of the companies, they have their IDs in this particular format. IDs. Generally, companies have these IDs where HRs, recruiters, HR is a big field, recruiters is a part of it. Recruiters monitor. So now you registered in their websites, now you know the name of the companies. Career at companyname.com. Jobs at companyname.com. So go ahead, make your resume well, update your resume and shoot it. That is how you will be in a position to get a good job. So this is something which is really good. Guys, another important thing is now you know what you have to do. You know, you have done internships, you have done projects, you have platforms where you have to apply for as a fresher. You know the companies which are hiring, which are ramping up. You know their career pages. You know the email IDs wherein you can share the emails to them. Ideally speaking, they should have something active on these email IDs itself. And now we come.
And guys, just one more thing here. Okay, so apart from the email ID, so this works for generally majority of the companies. They will follow this kind of pattern. So wherever that company name is there, let's say it could be careers@xyz.com, where XYZ is the name of that company, okay, or the domain
Right.
which they have. Okay. However, yes, there will be some companies, they might use a different pattern. So you go to their company websites and just in the contact us page or jobs related page which they have, there you can get very precisely also. Many times they mention the emails for communication. Okay. So generic approach also works. Plus at the same time, you can get very specific to the companies and then drop them emails as well. And it really works very nice.
Coming down to the point two, identify those people who refer you in their companies. As companies conduct referral drives, companies conduct referral drives specifically for fulfilling some positions. They rely on the people who already work with them. And if you appear for this fresher dive, then the person who is hiring you, who is referring you, also gets some monetary benefit out of it. And the company also relies them. They assume that the people who are working with them can provide them the best fits, maybe their friends or the people who are coming out from the colleges. So how will you know? As LinkedIn, I won't show you the live demo of the LinkedIn because it's being aired on the YouTube as well. So I really don't want to disclose any personal thing, or else it will get just something, it won't go good. So what do? Guys, if you are in a specific college, go ahead into LinkedIn and the left side, you will find a tab, write that college name. You will get the people who have completed their education from those college, check where they are, and people who are ex-students of your same college and where they are currently working. This is how rapport are built. Start building a rapport with them. Follow, if they are active on LinkedIn, follow their profiles, interact with them, interact on their post, and then send them with this friend request stating that you are about to complete your education from the college, or if you have also completed the education from the same college, probably you are looking for some guidance. Will you be in a position to guide me? It would be great. Write something like that, build a rapport, and accordingly, you will feel the results coming through. So LinkedIn is a platform, even if you do not know anyone, if you are all alone, if you do not know anyone, LinkedIn is the platform which is meant to make your life easy. It gives you the name of the people who are passed out from the colleges and who are currently working. You can go ahead using the search field. You can add the skill sets as well. All those all those juggleries you can do all there, and things will automatically come ahead for you. So meanwhile, you have to try all the available options. Okay. Mhm. Do the LinkedIn searches to find out the potential people who can refer you and make a good professional rapport with them. Okay. And now these are specific to freshers. Uh, Before moving ahead, was if anything coming to your mind related to this thing or any specific challenge, like we have covered the platforms, we have covered how to make the resume. I will talk a bit about cover letter and ATS friendly resume. Then we'll just jump up to the final thing about facing an interview. What the people once people get a job. Anything that you would like to add here?
Yeah, okay. One thing just, I think most of the points are, yes, very nice and pinpointed. So guys, start taking into actions on that. One thing I will say ki, you have to train yourself really strong in your technicals. Okay. Just give me job attitude is not going to work. So if you are not good, people will not give job. And that will be really exposed during interviews itself. So I would suggest your college technology knowledge is not enough. For majority of the college, it is not good. And it is just for the sake of passing examination. And people are also of that attitude, ki exam, exam, exam. Okay? But in the real world, you need to know the basic coding. You need to know the technology. And for that regards, you have to train yourself explicitly. Okay? So wherever it is, but do some training on Udemy or whatever other training institutes, but take a proper training end to end, build things, do coding on a daily basis, and then itself something will happen. Okay? Just hunting, dekho, whatever market is at whatever state, but they will not spend too much money. Companies are not ready to spend too much money in training the candidates right now. Okay? Even for freshers, they many of the companies said, we don't want to hire them right now. So people will not spend time on you to train you. Okay, know that. And even if they do, we don't know like which are these companies, and very few companies might do this. Okay. So if you can already stay prepared, it is easy for company to make a decision to hire you already. So I would suggest do mandatory training, not just college or self practice. Do an actual course on Udemy or any other training institute where you really code, work on a day-to-day basis as long as it takes. Okay, because that foundation has to be strong. Okay, so that's a very needed thing. It's not optional, guys. And IT industry is a 30 years old industry. Okay, just with a beginner mind, not knowing anything, and then thinking company will still give me job and give me money, that's not going to happen. Okay, not going to happen. That's for real. So you have to already do training. Next, like he mentioned, you have to, even if direct job not coming, do some internships, get a real time exposure, do a project. And when you do all this, you get knowledge. And then when you showcase that knowledge in interview, you basically get inside the company. Okay, so very important things, guys. Okay. Okay, yeah, Ramesh, you can move on.
Because we have done most of the things right. Our resume is well prepared. We have done trainings. We have updated trainings, updated internships. We have updated. We know where to upload our resumes. We have done everything. So now what else? Yes, now you know the IDs. I will talk about two important things. One is the cover letter, and again, second important thing that I will talk about is ATS friendly resume. Okay, so guys, what happens is even if you have a good profile, even if you have been sharing some emails to specific teams to their email IDs, even if you are doing all these things, but at times people, recruiters do not respond. Recruiters do not respond. Why it happens? Recruiters do not respond even after sharing your resume. Recruiters do not respond. Why this happened? Because you are not writing a proper cover letter. You are not renaming your resume. You are not writing a proper subject line. So guys, whenever you share your resume, you have to ensure that you write a proper cover letter. As we will separately conduct a different session about how to write a proper cover letter and how to make a ATS friendly resume. But yes, if you are not getting calls, these are the important things for you. Right? Learn to write a proper cover letter. Cover letter is nothing but whatever you write on an email is a cover letter. So in some other session, be on top of the group. In some other session, we will conduct a workshop related to cover letter and applicant tracking system related session as well. But yes, we have made some videos already. You can refer to that. So cover letter, what does it mean? A 3-paragraph on your resume, which showcases the recruiter, which skill set are you applying for, what is your expertise, which internships have you done related to that, which trainings have you done related to that. And the 3rd paragraph is just stating that you are waiting for the feedback. That's it. Done with the cover letter. Subject line may write your name and the skill set, and then fresher. That's it. And renaming your resume, just few people just save their resume, just update their name to it, and they just share it. So whenever you update your name, first of all, update your name. If you're not doing that, it's a big mess. Update your name, then do underscore, then write technology if you want to, then underscore, then a fresher. Okay, that is how you make it. And if you talk about these career pages, guys, there are times when people they update your resumes in career pages, but they do not get callbacks. You know why this thing happens? Because their resumes are not properly aligned to a system known as applicant tracking system. So you have to align your resumes to the system. How do you do it? Well, there is a specific format. Because I'm soon planning a session. We will be planning a session when we will cover in depth about cover letter and applicant tracking system. What they do, what their source is, what their aim is. So first of all, we have already spoken about cover letter. Do some research about it and be on top of our groups. I've shared it majorly on the groups. Be on top of our groups and start using it so you will know it better. An applicant tracking system is a format when resumes have to be designed in a particular platform when you have to repeat the keywords so that those keywords goes ahead and applicant tracking system understand what you have made, and then ultimately it triggers it to a recruiter. And not that is updated in a career page reaches a recruiter. Not everything, because thousands and people are applying for like 50 to 25 opportunities. Recruiter cannot see all those opportunities, so they use a system. They use a help of technology that is known as applicant tracking system. So not all resumes that are applying for goes there, only a few will go. Okay, so that is applicant tracking system. So make your resume applicant tracking system friendly and then see the real difference. Okay, then not getting calls from search engines, from job search portals. Not getting, what do? Make your resume applicant tracking system friendly. Okay, so do this. And even if after sending the email, even if you are writing a proper cover letter, if you are not getting the call, then it means that recruiter has missed your email or the requirement is already fulfilled. Most of the time they miss your email. So what you have to do is follow up. As following up is the most important thing, as most of the times the recruiters, I know when the team works, a single recruiter gets multiple, like more than 1,000 emails on a single day. including notifications. So yes, you have to follow up. If a recruiter is not responding, follow up on the email where you have sent your email in which you have sent your resume. Okay. So once you start doing these things, you will start getting calls. Once you start doing things, you will start getting calls. And now it's the time when you have to go ahead and clear the interviews. Guys, we will talk for more 10 minutes, talk for more 10 minutes about this interview stuff, then we will wrap up. Okay. So we really wanted to make it maximum, massive in the limited time frame. So we have already completed 1 hour and we will talk something about interview. Guys, once you get an interview, you have to just take care of a few things before answering the interview. First of all, whatever is written in your resume, interview. And there are a few people who are doing this massive efforts, building right thing, everything. And if you do not know how to clear an interview, then all the efforts of getting a call, getting interview aligned goes to waste. So it's very important to know how to clear an interview. Like unable to clear an interview is a challenge. What is the solution? Guys, there are 3 major reasons. First of all, if we talk about non-technical, there are 3 major reasons. What are they? The first reason is lack of confidence. Second reason is lack of communication. Third reason is lack of commitment. Because whatever the question is being asked to you, generally recruiters have to the people at home, your managers. So you have to be confident. If you're not confident, you can't do anything in life. Okay. And communication, lack of communication. How do you prepare on communication? First of all, preparing on communication is like if you do not practice it regularly, it won't happen well. The first thing that you have to do is start reading newspapers, start reading audio, prepare yourself, spend some half an hour daily on yourself for preparing on communication. Speak up, record, see the difference on the first day and the last day. Daily speak, make a circle wherein you can interact with the people. I think Tausif, Mr. Tausif is already doing something. Tausif, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, Tausif, I saw something that you have been running about the group related to communication. We are talking about interview skills and we came to the communication part as well. If you can just talk something about that so that it would be helpful for people.
Yes. Okay, so guys, with regards to communication, it's simple key. The more you do, the better you will become with that. Okay, so you have to practice communication on a daily basis, and then with time you will start improving in this. Okay, so one simple exercise is daily for 30 minutes. Just take the phone and describe something for 30 minutes. Okay, maybe what did you learn technically today, or some interview questions, or some internal technical concepts. So something which will help you during interview time. Just explain that kind of thing. Summarize your full day, your technical learnings, interview questions. For 30 minutes, try to speak something on a daily basis. Okay. And then try to be loud, clear. Okay. Tell the words properly. Okay. Be more confident and do this activity on a daily basis for 90 days. Okay. And by that way, what will happen is every week by week, you will find you will get more confident and you will start getting better with communication, because it is a simple skill. The more you do, the more you will get better. Okay. Now, other thing is one is, yes, you are practicing, but at the same time, guys, you have to do 2 more things. you have to daily read. So by reading, your grammar will improve, your words will improve, and you have to daily watch something on internet with English subtitles. Okay, so by that way, even understanding of words, their meaning, plus reading is also consuming and then practicing it. So on a daily basis, you have to do these two things. Okay, consuming more content with subtitles, second, reading more, and then comes the third, telling it more on a daily basis. You do this for 90 days, automatically you will get lot of results with this activity. Okay, and that will really help you out. So 90 days ke liye, without any miss, you have to do it daily basis. Okay, so I'll suggest the same technique to you guys as well.
So, what is the challenge? You have been posting something on LinkedIn as well, right?
Yes,
Any
that,
place,
mhm.
or else you can share it with me. So guys, after this particular webinar is done, I will just paste you the link. Like Tausif has been doing it with a specific team regularly on LinkedIn. In fact, he has been sharing some communication. So whenever the upcoming communication will be shared, you all will be getting an opportunity to have a look at it, how things work. Will that be fine, Tausif?
Yes, sure. I pasted it in the chat, the link where all the details are mentioned about the challenge.
Let's just make a note of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Tausif has already shared it in the chat, or after this we'll do. ठीक है. So we're moving on, Tausif. You can carry on.
Sure,
I will just give you a shout if in case we need it.
Sure. Carry on.
Okay, guys. So we have covered two most important things: confidence and communication. Now moving on to something which is known as commitment. Guys, most of the companies, they look for a person who can work with them for a long time. It means that they need someone who is committed to them. They need someone who is committed to them. So commitment is involved. So they can ask various questions about, are you planning to go for higher studies? If you say that, yes, you are planning to go for higher studies and you will be going abroad, it means that you won't stick to the company for a long time. They want you to stick to them for a long time. So you plan yourself better. You should know what you want to do in your career, what is your plan and what you should opt for. If you are planning to go abroad, work for internship, short-term projects. So accordingly plan, because they need commitment. They will invest time on you, they will train you, and of course, to reap the benefits, they will at least take 18 months to 2 years. So yes, they want you to be committed. So whenever you answer, you be confident, you answer with a proper communication, do not get stuck. Guys, and it all comes with practice. Your level of confidence, guys, if you are just being underconfident because of doing something for the first time, just twist your mindset and stop thinking about how the interview is going to be. Just think about that particular interview is going to be the best interview. Just tweak your mindset and it will work. Okay. And if you are underconfident because of lack of preparation, prepare yourself well. Prepare yourself for the interview, prepare yourself for the projects, and all those things will be helpful for you. Okay. Lack of commitment. Ensure that each and every answer of yours, the manager feel that you are committed and will stay with them for a long time. Because we are not talking about one-to-one question and answers, how to respond to a specific question. We are talking about the thing which will help you to clear any given interview. So whenever you respond, just take these factors into consideration and your answer should fit all these criteria: confidence, commitment, communication, sensible approach. Are you ready to extend if required? Answer should be yes. It's not that every time you have to do, but as a fresher in your initial phase, it's better that you do it. You learn more things, okay? At times you have to do, so approach should be flexible. Are you ready to relocate to another location if required? Resume. Years of experience, you getting opportunities in your preferred location. If the situation is favorable, go ahead and be ready for flexibility as well. So these type of questions will be asked. Show them some flexibility and have sensible approach. flexibility if required. Okay. Guys, other than that, guys, be a good person. Do not have ego while talking with these people. But you have to be a good person. Good, positive attitude. If you are not having good positive attitude, if you are not having a good attitude, if you can't be a good team player, if you only think about yourself and show ego, you will not get selected. You will. That's most important thing. Okay, everyone wants people who are good. Good in the sense there should be a person who gels up good with the team. You will not get. You will not overlooked. Because guys, there will be a better people than you. Whenever you are in a project, you have to work as a team. If you're not working as a team, then there are other people who are ready to do that. Okay, so be a good person. Good person doesn't mean that you won't raise the point. As raise a point, but raise it in a manner that everyone understands it. It keeps you in a good frame of mind. Do not just jump saying that whatever you are saying is right, all of them are wrong, and all these things. Just do things in a particular proper manner. Okay, and by doing this, just finally your personality, show good body language. Body language. Show proper body language. Look in the eyes while communicating. Be well groomed. Sit comfortable. Don't lean. Don't play with mobile, keychain. Don't sit with folded arms. Because all these things are not a good sign of personality. If you are sitting like this, it's not good. If you are leaning on the kitchen, it sounds like sense. If you are leaning on the desk, it's not good. Just be comfortable, be like this, and that should be fine. Be well groomed and maintain eye contact while speaking. These are a few traits wherein much before you actually start speaking, these traits of yours will start speaking. Okay, so make sure that you are well prepared. You start doing all these things. You start doing all these things right, and automatically you will see that you will get a job within no time. If you're not getting a job, have patience and keep doing these things. The chances of you getting job will definitely increase. You will get jobs very quickly. Okay. So, does anything else? Hey, Tausif. Tausif, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Tausif, chalo, we are about to wrap. Kuch hai anything that you want to add? Meanwhile, I'm just closing my screen share as well. If people has anything to ask, then I think there are a few people who have texted something. There are a few 2 questions if I'm not wrong. Let me stop my screen. Okay. So guys, the first question is tell something about recession period. Okay guys, how do you explain recession period? Okay. There has to be a specific source, like 2007 recession happened, India was a source of it. So the whole point is you should not get too much worried about it. It started when there was a big bank failure or something had happened somewhere in other country, in some foreign country. So the repercussions of that particular thing were there, they were much there. And yes, when a bird sits there and if it waves a wing, a big bird, if it waves a wing, the countries which are near to that, they will feel much hit. And the countries which are far, which are not directly related to it, they will not feel that hit. Okay. So as the Indian, as our country, we didn't feel the hit that the other countries felt. So you do not have to worry much about it. Okay. And again, the thing is that whenever a recession or these type of happen, what happens is that it has been observed constantly that after this period settles off, we get more and more requirements. Maybe because the people out there are trying to jobs here, they are trying their costs. So we get more and more jobs. But at the same time, when the current phase is going on, it is not everything gets stopped. There are many companies which will be hiring, like the bad phase where the travel sector was being hit, when retail sector was being hit, when Corona was there. It was a phase which was not good. These two sectors were facing terrible hit. But at the same time, there were sectors like hospitality and there were other sectors which were like in need of. So there has to be other story around. If not getting international jobs for a while, then there has to be something which is there.
Yeah, so this is what, guys. So with regards to this recession situation, uh, we cannot really focus on the downside of it. Okay, we have to really know it. Yes, it is there in the market, but at the same time, there are openings as well. And we need to focus on how do you become that right person who will get to that position. Okay, it is there in the market. Companies are a bit tight also, budgeting also, but you need to understand IT industry is not going to close. There are going to be requirements. People have to code, they have to build the functionality. The thing is, those who are good, they will always get an opportunity. Okay, rest struggling people will always be there. And even in non-recession times, struggling people were always there in the market. So your entire focus should be, how do I become value add, valuable and good? And accordingly, industry will be ready to consume you. Okay, so don't worry much about recession. Focus on your preparation. That is going to help you a lot in this. Yes.
In fact, that will be the question that will help you to get a job. Once you go for an interview, even after not getting a job, the interviewer will ask you, what were you doing for these years? If you are preparing for those months, if you are getting trained and preparing right, then that is the answer. You are fit for the job which is upcoming for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Is there anything else? Something has written about JavaScript. Tausif has already covered that topic about how to prepare a project. In starting of this session, we have had a discussion about how to do a project on that. Probably you may like to have a relook at the YouTube recording which is available there. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Just feel free to ask, or we'll just log off. Okay, so
it was very valuable. Yes.
Right, we have added enough value. Thank you also for being part of this. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Start making maximum out of it. And we wish you all the best for your career, guys. Take care, guys. We'll soon conduct something into cover letter and resume. Be on top of the group. We'll keep you posted there about that as well. Make maximum out of it. We have been putting some efforts, rigorous efforts in the back end, guys. Take care. Bye. All the best.